I actually grew up in Holmes County in Mississippi, right in the central part of the state. Typical poor country boy. My grandmother and grandfather farmed and I worked. Before the buildup started, I was already in the Army. I went in the Army, I graduated in June, and in July I went in the Army. I was commissioned an officer in the artillery, and I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and started my officer's basic course out there. And while we were there, we were called in and we watched as President Johnson told about what was fixing to happen in Southeastern Asia.
Renewed hostile actions against United States ships on the high seas in the Gulf of Tonkin have today required me to order the military forces of the United States to take action in reply.
I was assigned to the 1st Cavalry Division, Air Mobile. I flew into Pleiku. Pleiku's in the Central Highlands, which is about midway of the country, maybe a little bit on the north side. They're small little mountains, like the Ozarks or some of the small foothills of the Appalachians. They're very small. And then you've got the rice paddies. After I left the 1st Cav, in the Central Highlands, I went down south to the Delta and to the rice paddies and flew with the Mobile Riverine Force. The Navy had some little boats that would hold 40 or 50 people, called tango boats. And there was a perceived problem in that the Hueys could only go about two hours on a tank of gas. And sometimes we'd be way off and we'd have to stop what we were doing and completely disrupt our mission and go refuel. So someone came up with the idea, in case of emergencies and maybe for routine purposes, let's take one of these tango boats and put a fuel bladder in there to hold some jet fuel, JP4. And let's put a platform, 16 by 16 platform on top of that boat. The Hueys can come in here, we can crank a motor, pump the jet fuel into that Huey, and the Huey can take off. So the picture that you see out here is actually the first landing on one of those tango boats, and I was actually flying it that day. And I know some people had some really bad things happen to them when they came back from combat, but I never did. I came back to a small community and people took care of me. I think the size of the town has a lot to do with that, and small towns in Mississippi are beautiful for supporting their soldiers.